I am stoked to share with you guys the top 25 things to do in Tampa. And it doesn't matter if you're visiting, relocating, or if you're a Tampa resident and you've been here for a very long time. Tampa literally has something for everyone and has endless things to do. I'm gonna share with you some of the well-known spots, but also a few of the hidden gems. It's gonna be a wide range of things, and that's a good thing. There's gonna be a fast pace where you can just go, or there's some things where you can just relax and chill and catching some sun rays. So stick around. Got a lot to show you in this video, and we're gonna get after it right now. If you're new to my channel, a little introduction. My name is Jonathan. I'm a licensed real estate agent, but also a content creator that shows you everything that has to do with the Tampa Bay area, not just the real estate side, like where to go, where to eat, all the fun things to do. That way you get a real feel for what it's like to actually living in the Tampa area. So go ahead and subscribe below or ring that bell for notifications so you can stay up to date on all things Tampa. And if you like what you see, go ahead and reach out to me or my partner James. All of our information will be in the description below, so we can gladly help you make that smooth transition over to beautiful Tampa. All right, let's kick off Tampa's top 25 things to do with the main attractions and theme parks. Number 1, Florida Aquarium. Florida Aquarium is about 200,000 square feet of all AC, so there's plenty of things to do while staying comfortable and outside that heat. They have like a children's splash pad as well for the children to play in. They also have a 500,000 gallon aquarium with any type of aquatic animal you could think of in there. Also keep in mind, there's having a $40 million expansion coming soon, which going to have lead to more attractions. Most notably is going to be outdoor sea lion habitat. Next up on the list is going to be Zoo Tampa, formerly known as Laurie Park Zoo, which is a 63-acre nonprofit organization that offers plenty of land animals and aquatic alike. The aquatic would be like the manatees, where you get to pet them and you can feed them heads of cabbage. The land animals are going to be everything from like elephants, giraffes, a lot of rhinos, wolves. There's going to be a lot of different things to do over here, and they're also expanding it as well. And so they're going to soon offer a stingray habitat. So look out for that in the near future. Next up, we gotta go with Busch Gardens. With over 300 acres of things to do, with plenty of roller coasters, with some of the best in the country, mind you. They also have a zoo themed around Africa. You're gonna have your gorillas, your lions, your zebras, your giraffes. They have like a little safari you can go on. They also have like a little carnival area for the kids to play like these little carnival games. They have literally everything to do. And some of my favorites are during Halloween is gonna be Hollow Scream, which is gonna be like you could go on all these attractions. The zoo park's closed down, but you could go on all these roller coasters while enjoying some of the best haunted houses in the Florida area. You're just going from haunted house to haunted house, and they have the whole park is just themed around Halloween, and they have people jumping out the woodworks and scaring you. So it's also a great attraction over there at Busch Gardens. Right across the street from Busch Gardens is Tampa's own water park called Adventure Island, which has plenty of different water slides and water rides and things to do. Or you can just relax and hang out on the lazy river, where you have a tube and they have the water and it pushes you all through the whole park, and you relax and just enjoy some fun in the sun. Another cool thing to do is check out MOSI, or the Museum of Science and Industry, which is great for children and adults alike. Because children, they have a bunch of different activities in a little children's play area. One of the activities is going to be like they get to build rockets and launch them outside, which is pretty cool. And also like they have the Saunders Planetarium, which is like this huge screen where you're just leaning back and you're just like seeing like the night sky, and it shows you they have like expert astronomers and they guide you through these like different simulations of the night sky and all the stars. So another cool thing to do over in Tampa. Now time to mention some of the events that only happen throughout the year, or certain times of the year. First off, in January, Gasparilla, which is the 3rd largest parade in America. I mean, this thing is huge. You have people coming in from all over Tampa Bay area, dressed as pirates. People are throwing beads. They have a great time enjoying some cocktails and some drinks and some little stations of food. They also have, like the previous week, the kids parade, which is a calm down more parade of that. And also then a night parade kicks in and it gets a little bit more wild in there. So Gasparilla is all about like Jose Gasper, or his name was Gasparilla was his nickname. It's a famous pirate that has terrorized the Gulf of Mexico, and it's went from place to place gaining his treasures. So Gasparilla is all themed around this pirate in particular, and hence the invasion and hence the name Gasparilla. Next up in February is going to be the Florida State Fair. The Florida State Fair is a huge fair which takes place in the Florida State Fairgrounds right by the casino. And this place has a huge event and venue which just has endless carnival rides and things to do inside of there. They also have like a little exhibit as well where you get to see like some animals. They also have put on a few different concerts as well. So you got a little bit of everything, not just the carnival side, a lot of entertainment as well. Followed by this Strawberry Festival about a week after the Florida State Fair. Now the Strawberry Festival is located in Plant City, a suburb of Tampa, and they just basically have almost the same thing, like tons of like fair rides and carnival games and things to do out there as well. But it's called Strawberry Festival because anything you could imagine that you can make with strawberries, they have it there. Strawberry shakes, strawberry daiquiris, strawberry shortcakes. They have everything strawberry related over here, and it is a fantastic little festival to check out over there in Plant City. Next up in March has got to be the St. Patrick's Day festivities. And although we don't have a parade, there is plenty of things to do. Like on the Curtis Hickson Park, like just past that, right there on the Riverwalk, you'll see like 1,000 people gather, and they'll just have boats coming in right on the river, and they're just shooting water out of them with their water tanks full of dye, and they just paint the whole river green. Everybody's wearing green because of course St. Patrick's Day. They have like a lot of venues. They have like a little concert right there as well where people are singing. A few different Irish pubs are there as well, which gets pretty packed. So everybody's just having a great time enjoying the festivities and enjoying the full green river over here in the Tampa Bay. Next up, which usually happens in May, is the Sunset Music Festival. And this location is going to be inside of the Raymond James Stadium where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play. And this is a festival which usually lasts 2 days, and they bring in all the top name DJs that play electronic music and EDM type of music. So it's going to be a hell of a festival, which everyone's dressed up. They have all the outfits. You know, they have the light shows. Everybody's going crazy. It's a wild time, and it's some great music over there in the Raymond James Stadium. Now in April, we have the Sugar Sand Festival, which is in Clearwater, right by Pier 60. Now here they have like usually like this 21,000 square foot structure that encompasses the Sugar Sand exhibit. And they bring in like 16 professional sand sculptors from around the globe that just transform our world famous sugar sand into these breathtaking sculptures. As well as like outside the exhibit, they have like this huge Ferris wheel so everybody can go on and take views of Clearwater and the beach and the sunsets. And they also have this huge stage where they bring in live performers and they have like this outdoor concert. So it's a great festival and a great thing to see over in Clearwater. Next up is the Tampa Air Fest, which is located at MacDill Air Force Base, the most southern part of Tampa. And the great thing about this event is not only that it's free, you get to see all these different military planes perform all these air aerobics, like these twists and turns. They come like right close to each other and then spread out. They have skydivers jumping in uniform with American flags hanging around, and just put on an entirely awesome air show over there at MacDill Air Force Base. Next on the list is a little hidden gem called Weedon Island Preserve. Now it's a preserve which is in St. Petersburg, just across the bridge on the Gandy. Now you get there and they got the bird watching stations, they got a little hiking path. What I like to do is going to be the canoe or kayak rental, which you're canoeing or kayaking throughout the bay, so you're getting these awesome views of the water. But then you cut through these mangroves, and then you just get a whole different scenery, a whole different type of vibe. It's an awesome little way to get out the city, get out the hustle and bustle, and just check out nature. It's great to bring your dog out, have a good time. Great for a day-date adventure too. Check it out, Weedon Island Preserve. Now you gotta mention the beaches when there's top 25 things to do in Tampa. And when it comes to beaches, Tampa Bay has plenty of them. Most notably is going to be Clearwater Beach, which gets ranked as some of the top beaches in America time and time again. And it has this white sugary sand. It has plenty of things to do, and of course the famous Pier 60 as well. But some of my favorite beaches are going to be like Treasure Island, a lot less touristy beach, which a lot of nice little mom and pop shops around. They also have John's Pass, a cool little village to check out. Or you could check out like Paso Grill Beach or St. Pete Beach as well. There are plenty of other beaches around town. I went in more depth on these beaches and the fun things to do, which I'll put a link right here. But also when it comes to these beaches, they have some of the most breathtaking sunsets you will ever see, which is just a bonus feature when living out here in Tampa Bay. Another great thing to do is going to be Fort DeSoto Park, which is not just a park. I mean, this place is awesome. right when you go in, they're gonna have like the boat docks. And these boat docks, you can take your boat or jet ski or whatever, but they also have a ferry that's gonna take you out to Egmont Key. So you're on this key, you get to enjoy a bunch of cool things to do, which includes like a light tower and also like a cool little village in there as well. And then you go down a little bit further, you're gonna have like the campground. So you could go overnight camping, enjoy stars by nighttime, enjoy a great time. As you're in the main spot, you're gonna have a bunch of different beaches. One of the beaches is gonna be my favorite, which is the Soto Dog Beach. And there you get to bring your dog in there, enjoy some beautiful sand, go swimming with the dog, or just go off leash and have him play around, him or her play around in the sand or in the water. You go down a little bit further, they're also gonna have the fort too, like the old school fort where they protect the land. And you'll get to see the little barracks where all the soldiers used to stay at. You can also see a bunch of little cannons, or these huge cannons, and just check out a bunch of different little cool things and activities to do over in Fort DeSoto Park. Another great thing to do in Tampa, if you're feeling lucky, is going to be the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. And they got plenty of things to do in there, not just the casino side. I mean, they do have the casino, and they expanded multiple times, so they got a lot of different stations with endless slot machines and your card games and even a poker room. But also they got a world-class spa in there as well as like awesome shopping experiences. The dining in there is phenomenal. They got a place called Council Oak, which they have some of the best steaks in Tampa, like nice and aged. They have a noodle bar, great noodles. They got the Sugar Factory as well, so they got a lot of different dining options. One of my favorite things to do in there is all the events they throw on in the pool area. Now the pool area is like 3 separate pools, and they have multiple different events. So the biggest names in the music industry, as well as the biggest DJs, come from all over the world, and they perform there. And you get your tickets, and they have a huge bar there, and they have all these different pools where you can go out there and have one big giant like pool party. It really mimics like a Vegas type of feel out there. So I would highly recommend checking out Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. You guys gotta check out the Dali Museum, which has the largest collection of Salvador Dali's masterpieces outside of Spain, of course. And when you get in there, it's cool because you gotta just immerse yourself in Salvador Dali's mind and just see all of these different types of pieces he created. It's a great spot to check out, and it's also a cool venue. When you get outside there, they also have like a little shop where you get some souvenirs and a great place to get a bite to eat. Not to mention, it's in downtown St. Pete, so as soon as you get out of there, you have endless things to do in downtown St. Petersburg. One of my favorite things to do in Tampa is gotta be the Tampa Riverwalk. Reason being because there's so many different activities to do along the Riverwalk. You could be at the north end of the Riverwalk and be at Armature Works, which is like a food hall, but outside of it, they have so many different like activities. They have a huge field where they bring in a bunch of different events. They also got some really like a couple of Michelin guide rated restaurants that are phenomenal, like Eulalie or Okinola. Right behind Armature Works, they got a Michelin star restaurant called Roca, phenomenal. On the south end of the Riverwalk, you're gonna be at like Sparkman's Wharf, which is like a chill, relaxing vibe right on the water. You're gonna have like a bunch of eateries. They have like Splitsville, a bunch of things to do. And everything in between the north end and the south end are plenty of activities, like your Columbia Cafe, which is like a staple restaurant of Tampa. They're gonna have like your Tampa Bay History Center. They're also you're gonna cut through like Curtis Hickson Park, where they have like a bunch of cool events that happen throughout the year. And they also have the Glazier Family Museum, the Children's Museum. Right next to that, they have the Tampa Museum of Art. So a bunch of things to do right there as well. Also, they got like multiple different dog parks along the Riverwalk, endless sights to see. You get to see the water, you get to see like the University of Tampa. You also cut through the convention center where they have like the sail pavilion where you're outside and you get to rent all of these cool little activities. They have everything from like mini speedboats to like the Kraken, where it's like a pedal boat adventure, to like the huge like speedboat you can't rent, but you could be on. And they have like 100 passengers could be on there, and they take you out in the bay and they just do all kind of tricks, and it's an awesome like speedboat adventure, a supersized speedboat adventure. So yeah, the Riverwalk just has endless options and things to do while you're traveling the Riverwalk, and it's a 2.6 mile trail, so you know it's a good little workout, unless you want to take a scooter or rent one of the e-bikes along the way and take a break. So that is why Tampa Riverwalk is probably one of my favorite things to do in Tampa. Next on the list has got to be Soho, short for South Howard Avenue. It's like a residential district within Hyde Park. Now this one street, they got this endless of options of things to do. One being like on one end of the street, it's gonna be like your Burns Steakhouse, which is like a really high class steakhouse. A lot of people will say it's the best steakhouse, arguably the best steakhouse in Tampa. Then you go down a little bit further, and you end up on like a couple restaurants called Bulla or Green Lemon. Green Lemon's an awesome little Taco Tuesday spot where they have DJs and it's great Mexican food. Across the street is Bulla, like a Spanish tapas spot where you could just go in there, have a couple drinks at the bar, grab some great tapas. They also have a rooftop bar as well with great views of Tampa. You go down a little bit further, that's when the party nightlife scene comes in. And yes, it gets wild out there. There's about 1,000, 2,000 people out there. They have a bunch of different bars and a couple different restaurants as well. So you go bar hopping, everything is within walkability. And yeah, it gets wild out there. The nightlife gets a little crazy. So yes, if you're into the party scene, I would definitely highly recommend checking out Soho in Tampa. Next on the list has got to be the shopping of Tampa. And when it comes to shopping, Tampa has plenty of it. There are like so many malls, I think like 5 or 6 of them, within the Tampa limits and the surrounding suburbs. However, probably the best one is going to be, or the most notable one, is going to be the Tampa International Mall, which they have like really high class. They have everything from your Gucci, your Louis Vuitton, your Tiffany company, to like your Apple store and your Dillard's and your regular stores in between. Also, they have a lot of cool eateries and things to do within right around Tampa International Mall. So I mean, they got endless like awesome cool little bars and nice little sites to see that's connected to the International Mall. If you go venture out a little bit further north, almost to Wesley Chapel, they got the Tampa Premium Outlets. So they got these different outlets and different things to do as well. If you want more of like a boutique type of feel, then check out Hyde Park Village, where they have plenty of different boutiques and eateries as well. So I mean, when it comes to the shopping, Tampa has plenty of them. Gotta mention dining. And we could spend all day talking about dining because there's so many different options and things to do. Everything as far as like the little mom and pop shops with your classic little Cuban sandwiches, or your tacos like Los Chapos Tacos in Ybor, probably one of the best taco shops around in my opinion. So I mean, they do have plenty of options. If you want to talk like really like nice high class types of feel, I would recommend 3 because they're going to be the Michelin star restaurants. And one's going to be Koya, which is like a Japanese type of feel. One's going to be Lilac, which is going to be at the Edition, which is like a 5-star hotel and residence as well in downtown. And the other one's going to be Roca, which is right in Tampa Heights, right by Armature Works, which they offer like a great like little pastas and like great wines as well. They do offer like some homemade mozzarella that's to die for. That I would highly recommend checking out. But yeah, in between that, there's so many different mom and pop shops, or so many different like cool little restaurants, little eateries as well. You could venture into like West Tampa, like by Armenia, where they have like that's like the Latin community. So they have like a lot of great Latin food out there as well. So I mean, there's this endless different restaurants where I could spend all day on. Matter of fact, I will make a blog for you, I promise, on just the eateries of Tampa. So yes, there are plenty of spots to go to eat and great restaurants that I would highly recommend checking out. Gotta mention the breweries, and Tampa Bay area has plenty of them. I like Cigar City, where they have some awesome in-house made brews and IPAs, but also you venture out to like the St. Pete area, where they have huge on breweries. And one of my favorites over there is gonna be the Grand Central Brew House, where they make a lot of nice IPAs and everything in-house. Also, we gotta check out Three Daughters as well. Three Daughters is a huge brewery, and they have not only like a brewery and they change out their menu or their beers on a week-to-week basis, it's also a nice little venue outside where you could, have fun, kick back, enjoy some drinks, play some like cornhole or different types of games, and just enjoy the vibe over there. So, gotta be the breweries on the list. If you're into golf, then Tampa is definitely the place to you. In fact, they got 19 golf courses within Tampa, another 100 golf courses within an hour drive of Tampa. So there are plenty of them. And if you don't want to spend all day out there on the course, you could go to like Top Golf right there in Brandon, like 10 minutes away from Tampa. Or if like you venture out to Wesley Chapel, Tiger Woods just built his new Pop Stroke, which is like a 18 hole course miniature golf little facility where they have like a bar and a little restaurant and a bunch of different games besides mini golf as well. So that's definitely an awesome thing to do over here in Tampa. If you're into sports, Tampa is the city for you because we have them all. I mean, you could catch a game over there at the Amalie Arena in downtown where the Tampa Bay Lightning play. You could venture off to Del Mabry and go to Raymond James Stadium where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play for football. You could go out to St. Pete, and then you could go to the Tropicana Field, right where the Tampa Bay Rays play for baseball. Also, right down the street from the Tropicana Field is going to be where the Tampa Rowdies play, and that's going to be our professional soccer team. So you got endless different venues to check out according to which type of sport you're into. And if you don't like sports, a lot of these venues are going to house in-house like concerts and events and comedy shows, and it just brings so much different activities to explore and things to do over here in the Tampa Bay area. Now you gotta go and check out the Addition, Tampa's first 5-star hotel, which also doubles as like they have condos on top in the prime location of Water Street. These condos are, of course, are gonna run you 1.2, 1.3 million, all the way up to like 5 to 7 million for the penthouses. Prime location, but inside the Addition they got so many different activities and awesome things to do, like on the bottom floor where they have like a pool table and they have a couple different restaurants. One of the restaurants is going to be a Michelin star restaurant called Lilac, which offers some phenomenal Mediterranean food with like a little Greek spin on it as well. They also have like on the second floor they have a couple different other rooms as well, one being like a little bar area, almost like a library quiet type of feel where you go and grab a cocktail and relax. On the very opposite side is going to be more like a club type of feel, and inside the club they have the red room as well. So the red rooms, you're going to go inside this club, it's going to be loud, you're going to be partying, you're going to be drinking, you're going to have a good time mingling up. Then they have another room which is everything's just like with red lights, and it's just a different type of feel. Bring your wallets though, because inside the Addition it's going to be quite expensive. I mean, you're going to be spending about $25 on a cocktail. And then you go venture off to the 9th floor where they have the outside pool, and they also have another restaurant in there as well where you can just relax and have some great meal and enjoy some cocktails. You could also go outside on the balcony and you can see the Amalie Arena where the Lightning play, and you just get to enjoy these nice views of downtown while enjoying a cocktail and having a great time over there at the Addition. And that wraps up my list of the top 25 things to do in Tampa. And yes, there are so many more activities and things you can do around Tampa, which I will be sure to touch on in future videos. I am curious to find out, what was your favorite part of the video? Go ahead and drop a comment below and let me know what part intrigues you the most. If you like Tampa and you like what you see, please be sure to reach out to me or my partner James so we can gladly help you find your perfect home and make that transition over to Tampa as seamless as possible. We'll leave all of our information in the description below, and of course, I'll see you on the next video.